Okay. You can get to the problem 2 on plane wall. On a composite wall, I am taking a problem, second problem. Can you see this diagram properly, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now, what this diagram tell you, this is the composite wall I had considered. Okay, I just write the
Yes.
given data for you, so it will be make easier to understand. Now, this problem, it is of composite wall. So this a composite wall I had considered. In this composite wall, we have we have 3 layers, 4 layer actually we have. For example, this is your layer A, this is your layer B, this is your layer C, and this is layer D. Now, till now we had solved a problem where we have a continuation of layer A, B, C, and D, and so on. Here we have a layer A, layer B, layer C, and layer D in this way. Okay, and layer B and layer C, if you consider the resistance, that those resistance will be parallel to each other, and A and rest of the resistance will be in series. Now, if you go into the units dimension for this, so I can write the dimension. The total length start from here. It is 10 centimeter. Okay, it is 10 centimeter is given in the problem. And if I take the dimension from here for each layer, it is given to be 3 centimeter, it is 8 centimeter, there is a 5 centimeter. These are the thickness for each layer. Okay, and after that we can have the height. So I can write the bottom height it is of 7 centimeter and the upper height it is of 3 centimeter. Okay, and just bottom also thickness is also in centimeter, 3 centimeter, 8 centimeter, and 5 centimeter. Now what they are asking to calculate the rate of heat flow, that is Q, through this composite wall. So we have the rate of heat flow which is same. Okay, and they had given the temperature of the walls at the inner and the outer wall. So if I consider the temperature of the inner wall at this part, they are given the temperature to be 400 degrees Celsius. And the temperature at the outer surface, they had mentioned to be, at this part, they had mentioned to be 60 degrees Celsius. Is it clear? So we have two surface temperatures and all the thickness of each layer and the length and the breadth is also given for the composite wall. And they are asking, they're also given the thermal conductivity. So what thermal conductivity they had given? They had given thermal conductivity Ka, they had given Kb for layer B, thermal conductivity for Kc, and thermal conductivity for Kd. This all thermal conductivity they had given. So this Ka they had given 150. So I can write 150 watt per meter degree Celsius. Kb they had mentioned 30. So 30 watt per meter degree Celsius. And Kc they had mentioned 65. So 65 watt per meter degree Celsius. And Kd is 50. That is 50 watt per meter degree Celsius. So all these four thermal conductivity they had given, they're asking to assume one dimensional flow of heat. Okay, asking to assume one dimensional heat flow. Heat flow, and they're asking to calculate the heat flow rate through the composite wall as shown in figure. That we need to calculate. We have to calculate the heat flow rate through a composite wall. So calculate the heat flow rate. The question part is totally clear. We have a composite wall which has 4 layers A, B, C, and D. Thickness of layer is given, and the area of the composite wall is given, that is length into breadth. So this is also 10 centimeter. Now, how to solve this? First, we have to find out the resistance. So how many resistance? I can draw the diagram of a equivalent resistance as only one I can consider. And I can consider two temperatures. Temperature T1 to be 400 and temperature T2 to be 60 degrees Celsius. I can consider these two temperatures. Are you getting me? And I can consider this to be my thermal resistance to be the total by addition of all the resistance A, B, C, and D. Is it clear? And the amount of heat flows through in a positive x direction. That is the Q part that you have to consider. This is the Q, which is the same amount of heat flows through each layer. And if I want to draw the other part of the resistance, how I can draw? I can split it as we have A, B, C, and D. So this is the important part. If you're able to draw this, just suppose this is the resistance A part. And there's the resistance A part. So I can draw. This is the one resistance. So after one resistance, we have resistance A and B, which are parallel to each other. So resistance B, and this is your resistance C. And B and C, after that we have resistance D. And the same amount of heat is flows through each resistance that we have to consider. So I can write this as my resistance RTHA, this is my resistance RTHB, and this is my resistance RTHC, and this is RTHD part. And then I can have my temperature as T1 at this place to be 400 degrees Celsius, and I can have a temperature which is T2 as 60 degrees Celsius. And they're asking to calculate rate of heat flow. So I can have the equation of rate of heat flow, a generalized equation Q is equal to delta T upon RTH total I can consider. Either I can take total or summation of all the resistance here. Now how I can calculate? I can first calculate resistance RTHA, RTHB, RTHC, and RTHD. So before that, we can have the area for A, B, and C. So I can write the area. Area for A is how much? Area for B, area for layer C, and the area for layer D. How I can write area? What is the area for A? Get back to the figure. This is your layer A. To calculate the area, this is the length, this is the breadth, and this is the thickness of your layer A. So area will be length into breadth. Length is 10 centimeter and breadth is also 7 plus 3 10 centimeter. Is it 10 centimeter into 10 centimeter? That is the first area. Okay. So in that way you can write. So 10 centimeter it is 0.1 into zero point 0.1. Is it clear? So it comes to 0.01 meter square. What is the area D?
सर
Area D.
T2 30 डिग्री सेल्सियस है.
Sorry, pardon?
T2 30 डिग्री सेल्सियस है ना.
T2 is 60 degrees Celsius.
ओके.
Given
ठीक है
in the
सर.
problem. And T1 is 400. It is written here also 460 and 460. Only I am putting, I have to calculate resistance the RTH A, B, C, and D separately, and then I can add all those resistance to put in total thermal resistance. Okay. So I need to first get the area for each layer, layer A, B, C, and D. So layer A is area 0.1 into 0.1, that is 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter. Similarly for layer D is also the same length, same length, same breadth. So again we have same area for layer D also. So I can write for layer D, the area it can come to zero point 0.1 into 0.1 comes to 0.01 meter square. Similarly, for layer B. So layer B, it is a half part you can see. B and C, they are divided. We have one layer, but each layer, one layer, it is divided into two equal layers. Not two equal layers. The C has a height of 7 centimeter, B has a height of 3 centimeter. So how I can take the area? Length into breadth. Length is 10 centimeter. For layer C is 7. And for layer is 10 into 3. Are you getting me? So in this way, you can write the area for B. B which has a height of 3. I can write it is 0.1 into 3 centimeter. That is 0.03. It comes to 0.003 meter square. Similarly, for area C, it is 0.1 into 0.007. It comes to 0.007 meter square. Why I'm writing area, calculating area separately, so that I should not make mistake in calculation of the area. So area will be based on the length into breadth. A and D have a same length, same breadth. Only the issue with the layer B and layer C. So layer B, we have a breadth is say length is same and the breadth is 7 and the 3 centimeter. So in this way we have calculated the area. Now I can get to the resistance for A, B and C. So resistance, thermal resistance for layer A. So we have the formula, it is a plane wall. So plane wall का formula same है, it is dx upon Ka, a general formula. So in our case for layer A, it will be La upon Aa into area A. This is the formula you can apply and you can get the value of La path length 0.03 divided by thermal conductivity is Ka is 150 and the area is 0.01. When we calculate, it comes to 0.02 degrees Celsius per watt. So in this way, we have to calculate the resistance for B, C, and D. Now I can go to the B resistance, RTH. B can be done directly. How I can do RTH B? It is LV upon KB into area of B. I can substitute the value. So B it is LV is 0.08 divided by KB is 30 into 0.03. 0.003. Okay, I just corrected this 0.003. Okay. So in this way you can apply the formula and you can get it. The answer is 0.88 degrees Celsius per watt. Similarly, you can go with RTH C. It is LC upon Kc into area C. So again you can apply the values. It is 0.08 because for B and C the layer thickness is same. Divided by 65 into 0.007. It comes to 0.175. Meantime, you can also practice if you get a time. Okay. Similarly, for resistance D, you can calculate. So for resistance D, RTH D, it is LD upon KD into area D. So it will be equal to 0.05 divided by 50 into 0.01 and the answer for RTHD is 0.1 degree Celsius per watt. Now we got all the thermal resistance from A to D. Now here we cannot take RTHA plus RTHB plus RTHC plus RTHD because B and C they are parallel to each other. So first we have to calculate the parallel thermal resistance. So how I can calculate the parallel thermal resistance? I can go with 1 upon apply the formula of RTH parallel. So it is 1 upon RTH D plus 1 upon RTH C. So you can substitute the value and you can get the value as 6.85, and finally you can get RTH parallel is equal to 0.1468 degrees Celsius per hour. This is your RTH parallel. Now you can apply RTH total. So what will be RTH total now? You can apply direct formula of RTH total. So RTH total is equal to RTH A plus RTH parallel plus RTH D. So if you add this, you will get the value of total thermal resistance as 0.2668. And when I require the rate of heat flow, Q is equal to delta T upon RTH total. I can put the value here. So delta T is equal to 400 minus 60 change of temperature, and total thermal resistance is 0.2668. Now if I do this calculation, what I will get the value of Q can be Q is equal to 1274.36 watt. So this is your final value of rate of heat flow. Am I clear with this? In this way, you can calculate the rate of heat flow whenever we have a problem of this type, where one of the resistance is parallel to the other one, VNC. When VNC is parallel, at that time you have to calculate the VNC thermal resistance applying the formula of parallel resistance. And then you can add RTHA plus RTH parallel plus RTHD. So in this way, you can get the rate of heat flow. Is it clear, the problem part? So you can make a note of this. Whenever you get your time, you can practice it. So is there any doubt? Yes.
No,
सर
sir.
एक बार वो पैरेलल
No, sir.
होता